This is Scarlet Monastery as Protection Paladin. Oh, interesting, so it actually says Mists of Pandaria on the load screen, making it clear when this was redone. Well, I'm just going, not waiting for anything. Only one quest to pick up. Yeah, that's right, pile of corpses. I remember this being a problem, so I wanted to destroy this immediately upon entering here. Man, I would have thought I would have given, like, a couple of seconds for everybody to zone in. Alright, I was in a hurry this day. This dungeon does just kind of dump you right in the middle of some active stuff going on. I think you're safe if you don't take a step from the beginning. Alright, so we have Mistweaver Healer. I'm seeing Balance Druid in Moonkin form. Second one is Warlock. Okay, there's where I roll over. And a Shaman of some sorts. Cool. Let's see, I had a recent memory of a dungeon run I was attempting to do here, going really bad because people didn't know how to handle the piles of corpses, so that was the first thing on my mind. I have to immediately kill those, or else you get zombies just coming at you forever. What is my healer wearing? Oh, that's that Yeti costume thing that came from going to BlizzCon or whatever. Okay. Real goofy looking thing. I kind of like the way it looks, but it's very silly. Like a pair of pajamas or something. Alright, so what level am I at this point? I have Rebuke now, my number 6 ability. That's a hard interrupt in melee range. This would mean I'm 36, right? Because I think that's when I get that. So I have an interrupt. Interrupt's a very good thing to have. I'm used to having my interrupts in 6, so I put it on 6. 36, yeah, so I have just gotten that. So any interruptible spell casting, now I can be the one to interrupt it. Using my number 9 ability, I forget what it's called, reduces damage by 20%. Same as Shield of the Righteous, my number 4, which also reduces by that much, but is also an attack. It's a weird ability. I can't say I entirely understand it, but I press the button and I probably take less damage because of it. Don't stand there. Bad purple stuff. Gotta move around. There's still some pretty important abilities that I haven't gotten yet. Light of the Protector in particular is going to change how I play quite a bit, so I'll get that at level 40. For now, I just rely on my healer to keep me alive. Protection Paladin honestly feels pretty good to play. It feels like a very well-designed spec. And I enjoy interacting with it. This monk is ready to go, so I'll use my Divine Steed to catch up. So he has the Elder title on. For some reason, that is my default title on every new character I create. It just makes me an Elder. So a title is a prefix or suffix you can tack onto your name that'll be shown in the world like that, and you can earn them from achievements and stuff. So I have a bunch on this account from back when I played before. It's not something I actively go hunting for, but I just sort of accumulated them over time. And yeah, I don't know why it just defaults to everybody who makes a new character and has the Elder title unlocked. You get to be an Elder, and you have to actively go and turn it off to just get to be your own normal name. This room's a mess, by the way. I was ready for a mess here. There's a lot to manage here. Healer seems enthusiastic and ready to go. So I'm gonna do a big pull here, and hope he can keep up with it. I probably could have made that a little bit smaller. He's keeping me alive, just barely. I'm giving him a lot to do. Yeah, so the thing about this room is it has people patrolling around. Packs very close together, so if you step slightly out of line, they'll spot you and enter combat. And a lot of casters who will not cooperatively come to your location. So yeah, this room can be a big mess. If I use my taunt, my Hand of Reckoning there, I'll force them to target me for like a few seconds and jump to the top of their threat table, but if anybody's generating any threats, like healing, then they'll switch target to them. So I have to be actively doing attacks on everybody there. I was ready for this. I was expecting this to go about like it went, and we made it work. So yeah, that was fun. A lot to manage there, and it's pretty neat. Yeah, so when I was here on other characters, I'd often just like get in a situation where it's like, why am I in combat? Who's looking at me? Somebody way off to the side is casting Holy Fire or whatever. Yeah, so I was ready to pick up whatever threat was going to come my way. And yeah, it's fun. Cool little challenge spots. I saw that Scarlet Zealot actively, and the Purifier, they both actively moved away from me just to get out of my range. How rude. It's fine, they're not far out of my range, still standing in consecration area. But if they weren't already standing next to me, they'd be hard to pick up. So right, speaking of Protection Paladin toolkits, one important core ability... My shield bounced to one of those training dummies. Okay, so they're valid targets here. One important, well, ability enhancement that I'll get sometime soonish, I forget when exactly, is my Avenger's Shield. At some level gains the ability to silence its primary targets. So I'll throw it out. If I'm directly targeting a spellcaster, then they'll be unable to cast for a moment and will run toward me. That helps tremendously for controlling my situation. It's one of the things that makes Protection Paladins so good at what they do. Other tank specs have ways of dealing with stuff like that, but I particularly like the Paladin's version. It's pretty elegant. Now, it's only the primary target. The other two that it bounces to don't also get silenced, so I do have to be careful of which one I make my target if I want to get that effect. And staying far away while he's doing that. I could get in there, but it looks like a bad idea, so I'm just not going to. As long as I don't lose threat, it's fine. Alright. And yeah, I clearly have an expert healer here who's able to keep up with whatever I'm going to throw at him. I can tell that, so I'm happy to pull in some extra dudes. Alright, so you need to be targeting me in order for this trick to work. I'm trying to get you around that pillar. But you keep changing targets. And I can't generate enough threat from here to get you to cooperate. So you're just going to be hitting on somebody else for a moment. There, Hand of Reckoning. Finish your cast, come to me. I did it. Right after it doesn't really matter much anymore. That's fine. Alright, I saw that Sunfire going in your way, and that was a Druid thing. Druid wanted to shoot something. That's totally fine. If we're going quick, and a spell accidentally goes off on a target who's not already in combat, that I'm gonna pick up anyway, it's totally okay. Just don't be, like, doing it all the time and trying to outpace the tank. That's when it starts bothering me. But yeah, if I'm on my way to pick up a target already, it's fine if somebody else hits it first, usually. Right, yeah, he needed some mana. I was keeping an eye on that mana bar. Gotta give him a chance. He can be drinking for the first few seconds of this fight. As we've seen, that's usually fine. Decided to stop at like 3/4. I'm sure that'll be enough. he won't have any trouble keeping up. He looks like he's having a good time. I'm glad I can show him that good time. And I'm having a good time too. Wow, that guy dies quick. I mean, he's not dead, but phase 1 just goes by like it's nothing. High Inquisitor Whitemane comes in, fights us for a moment, then stuns everybody and resurrects him. Yeah, dudes come in from the sides. I'm watching closely to see if any more are going to join the battle. Alright, so get her down to half. She does that.
Arise, my champion.
Scarlet Resurrection. She has a special one. Can't just do Resurrection. Has to be Scarlet branded Resurrection. Oh yeah, and he does this. That can deal some pretty heavy damage. When I was healing, a mage, I remember, died from that Blade Rush. I don't know anything you can do about that? Maybe if you stand close enough he won't rush at you? Yeah, that Judicator's gonna get into the battle. There he goes. I was ready for it. Yeah, there's that Blade Rush thing again. Man, it's nasty. It hits so hard. That's a healer's problem, though. He's handling it pretty well. I see this balanced druid trying to stand kind of close to him. Maybe they know something about not being able to be blade rushed if they're in close. I don't know. Alright, I'm getting credit for having done this, apparently. Oh, right, because I was the one who completed the quest. I thrust the blade into the whatever. Oh yes, that's Lillian Voss, a character who shows up a lot. She is just all over the place. Alright. Good run. Good stuff. Cool. See you next time.